Greetings, good people, good people, good people out there. How are you doing? I hope I find you well. Jambo Africa, Molweni, Makadiko, Sanbonani. Yeah, we should be able to greet each other in our African languages. Isn't it amazing? The potato, the hot potato, it's in my chest. I welcome you guys to join me on a chest cleaning exercise. And the hot potato today is the borders. I don't want to waste much of your time. I want to quickly run through this and then I leave you. So yes, so let me start quickly. If a politician comes to me today and say, look, vote for me, and if you vote for me, I'm going to secure your borders. I'll be excited, obviously, and I think most people, let us be honest, most people will be happy because that's all we want. We want secure borders and so on. So definitely we will vote for the guy. But the question is it practical? Is it possible? Is it feasible? Who has tried it before? And what happened? When we go on the history, or when we check on our history, you would see that the Great Wall of China, 21,000 kilometers. Yes, 21,000 kilometers. That's how long it was. And at some points, the highest points was 14 meters. 14 meters. And then the points that were not so high, 7 meters. It took them 2,000 years to construct or to build this wall. When we talk of dedication, guys, generation after generation after generation after generation of trying to secure China, there is no better example than this that I've just mentioned. So if you are looking for models, please look up to China and the Chinese Great Wall. But the sad part is it was breached. Then Donald Trump, we're gonna build a wall and it's gonna be beautiful. Sorry for that. It's me trying to imitate Donald Trump. He did build a wall. The Mexico-United States of America border is 3,145 kilometers. And Donald Trump, his contribution was 80 kilometers. After all this noise and all this hula baloo and the donations and everything, you would think the guy is going to build maybe some 600 kilometers. No, 80 kilometers max. That's what he did. And the secure or the barricaded part of the border, which I've said is 3,145, the part that is barricaded is only 1,000 kilometers and some change. So the rest, 2,000 plus, it's open. Open like any other border in the world. Most of the borders, I don't want to stand here and claim that I'm well traveled, I'm not. But what the idea of borders that I get is they've got a gate, which is the main entry, the railway, the airport, and the road. So there's a gate. The rest of the country is just bushes and rivers and mountains. Nothing that barricades the country. And even if you barricade, I've given you an example of China, get broken, it get breached, it get breached. So who else tried to do it? East German, West German, they did it. What was even crazy about it is in their effort to secure or to stop people from moving from East German to West German, they had a border which I can't remember how long it was, but the border had 300 plus watchtowers to observe, 55,000 landmines, 320 dog runs, machine guns that are activated by tripwires. But it was breached. Israel, Palestine, 780 kilometers. That's the idea when it's complete. That's how long it should be. Trying to protect the Gaza or West Bank from Israel and so on. We know what happened recently in the history of Israel-Gaza politics. It was breached. It was breached. Then there are countries that have got the strictest immigration and or customs and immigration. Customs is this when they search your bags and Australia comes to mind, guys. I'm not saying it's the only country, but among other countries, Australia is there. And when I was checking the records recently, not recently, in 2018, I think one of the researches I did, or one of the information I bumped on, 60,000 immigrants that are illegal were found in Australia in 2018, official records. It's important also to emphasize this, that is, these are official records. We don't know the numbers that nobody knows what happened. So that's how difficult it is, because the border of Australia is one of the strictest. The customs, the immigration's tough. United States of America, but there are illegal immigrants in America. There are illegal immigrants in Britain. There are illegal immigrants in any country. For your country to be safe, it just has to be less attractive. That's it. That's it. Or all the countries in the world are the same economically, and the other things that makes people migrate. It could be land, could be, anything that people attract. It could be minerals. So there mustn't be any attraction on your country. Nothing's attractive. Maybe you do away with borders, but as long as it's attractive, as long as there are push and pull factors, people are going to migrate. People will always migrate, and these walls or these rules, and they're not going to secure any border. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning any illegal crossing. I'm not condoning any illegality about crossing borders, but this is my observation. I've seen it. I've read about it. The history has got it. You cannot secure a border completely. When we come to Southern Africa, the walls that you have to build, like I think Lesotho in South Africa, the wall is, not the wall, the border of South Africa and Lesotho, because it's more like a tiny little country in a big country. It's 1,000, can't remember exactly the number, but it's more than 1,000 kilometers. So you have to build a wall 1,000 kilometers around Lesotho, then 275 around Zimbabwe, and then with Mozambique, and and is it possible? Is it practical? It will be manned, and history is telling us here, from what I've just shared with you, that it will be bridged. It will be bridged. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Guys, if any politician comes to you and say, vote for me, I'll secure your border, he's just talking rubbish. He's just talking rubbish. You cannot secure a border. You cannot. You cannot. Okay? But that's my thinking. And as I've said, judging with the history, you cannot secure a border. But of course, a politically correct statement is, going to secure a border, and then we put some guys at the border that will be strict, and people might feel safe. But China failed. East German, West German failed. Israel failed. And I'm just giving you these 3 examples. There are many countries that are trying to do this thing. And I wish them all the best. Then there's this other issue that I quickly want to talk about as well. It's about when a country, when things are going good and you've got lots of immigrants or you've got foreigners in your country, you're talking from a position of, should we call it privilege? Because you've got them in your country. So sometimes I hear people going like, what they do in our country, we don't do them we don't do that in their countries. We don't at all do that in their countries. Do you travel? Oh yeah, I do travel, and I observe the road. When we talk of immigration, when we talk of refugees, when we talk of illegal immigrants, we are not talking, remember the Syria immigrants when they were going to Europe. We're not talking of 3 people that are going on a business trip. That's the example that you are giving us. We are talking of thousands of people that are walking towards Germany. Man, you cannot compare it with you on a trip on your Victoria Falls visiting and say, when I went there. We are talking of a huge number of people that are being pushed out of a particular country for whatever reasons, valid or not valid, that is not the issue today. And you cannot control that, and you cannot compare on your business trip that you did or a visiting trip that you did in another country. And what is amazing about other countries that are complaining a lot, you would be surprised that they are responsible. If you look, for example, in Africa, all the countries that experienced coups or that force was used to remove democratically elected presidents, there is one particular country in Africa that you can trace back to these guys and say, most of them came from this country. And you'll be surprised that probably that's the country that goes on top of the mountain and say, we have never done any wrong, removing a democratically elected government by force, using the soldiers of fortune with companies that I'm not going to mention, with this guy that was caught at the airport, with another one who had the nickname Mad. No, when a guy is known as Mad, his nickname is Mad. So sometimes it's exposure. It's because we don't travel a lot. We don't get to see it. We don't read as well. Yes, I don't read a lot. I watch YouTube. So I'm happy that you're watching this video. You do exactly what I do. I watch as well other people's videos. So when I was doing a little research again on refugees in Africa, I thought probably officially, these are official numbers. I know, and the numbers that are not official, South Africa takes the cake. I think personally that South Africa has got many refugees or people who purport to be refugees in South Africa. They've got lots of them, more than any other country in Africa. I think so. But officially, on United Nations data, you'll be surprised that it's Uganda and Kenya and so on. I was also surprised, as you are. So yeah, and it tells me that this issue of refugees, it's in each and every country. You'll be shocked that countries that we think they are banning, no one wants to live there. Like maybe, sorry guys, I didn't want to mention, but let's just mention this country, like Somalia. You'd think no one goes to Somalia, no one. You'll be surprised that people go there. Countries that are at war all the time, like DRC, and we see DRC people in other countries, and they're like, they are all living. You'll be shocked that there are people coming into DRC. That's what is crazy about immigration. It's not something that you can easily read and understand. It's so complicated what pushes human beings to move from one point to the next. But they do move. So here is my story, guys. If a politician comes to you and say, we can secure your borders and vote for us, and you ask them, who is your model? Where was it done before? And how successful was it? And where is the country that was so secure today? Don't they have illegal immigrants in their country? And so on and so on. Remember, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just stating mere facts that it is complicated to secure a border. It is a mission almost impossible. Yes, you have to be brutal. And the budget, you have to take most of your monies from all other critical sectors of the government and put it straight into the security of your country for years. You have to do that. Then you have to have people that are manning the drones, all the technology and everything. It has to be committed. You have to go the Chinese route, guys. 2,000 years building a wall. That's dedication. That's all you need to do. Thank you so much for watching. I love you lots. And please, in the comment section, tell me if I'm right or wrong. And if you think I'm wrong, do it. Let's disagree respectfully. May superior logic prevail. Dankie. Love you too much.